has been forced to make repairs to a country house because nobody can decide who owns it. The listed building near Newquay is part of the Hoblin estate, which extends for nearly 1,200 acres. Altogether, it's worth around £2 million. But the man who could rightfully inherit the estate refuses to accept it, so the battle for ownership goes on.
From the outside, Colan Barton Farm is a very desirable residence. With 330 acres of prime land, it's the jewel in the Hoblin estate. But who owns it? Colan Churchyard is the final resting place of the Hoblin dynasty. The only serious claimant to the family millions is a Californian, John Paget Fig Hoblin, who resolutely refuses to show any interest. So, stalemate. And while the legal tangle is being unravelled, the farms and their income are being administered by a trustee landlord, in this case the official solicitor to the English Supreme Court. But much closer to home, Colan Barton has a tenant, farmer Derek Thomas. He's been working the land since 1969, but he's far from happy. He's twice been given notice to quit. At the same time, his farm has been falling into disrepair. So much so, Restormel District Council moved in and carried out the work to make the listed building fit for habitation. They'd spent 4 years asking the landlord to carry out repairs without response, and now their bill for several £1,000s is going to the official solicitor. But why the eviction notices? Well, first, Mr. Thomas was accused of subletting some of the land, and the case went to court. Mr. Thomas was found to be innocent. Then he was accused of failing to pay his half-yearly rent. Again, the case went to court, and again Mr. Thomas won the day. So why does the trustee landlord want so much to unseat his sitting tenant?
As I understand it, in 1980, the official solicitor was intending to sell the estate. The farm, with the principal farm vacant, would be worth a lot more money.
How much more would it be worth with vacant possession?
About £700 an acre more. And the total estate, as I understand, is about... So that would be 840,000 more.
So the landlord could then sell the estate with vacant possession without due on it, and it would go back into the trust fund, I suppose.
He could sell the estate with a principal farm vacant, which would make a very considerable difference in the value of the entire estate.
Derek Thomas has one powerful ally, another American, John Westrop Fig Hoblin. He's a first cousin to John Paget and at the estate. A friend of Mr. Thomas?
Very kindly disposed. He has been here and stayed at Colan Barton. It's his wish for us to stay as tenants at Colan Barton. We get frequent correspondence from him, recent Christmas greetings, and hoping that the situation will be resolved in 1986.
The allegations of neglect have been denied in writing by the official solicitor, Mr. Venables. Both capital and income had been ploughed back into the farms, he said, to make good the effects of 60 years of neglect. But the legal battle has been a drain on the estate as well. Mr. Thomas's advisers had this to say. The cost of the official solicitor's pursuit of Mr. Thomas has reached tens of thousands of pounds.
All I want really is peace and quiet, and no continual harassment from the landlord and his agents, which has been what I've been subjected to in the past 6 years.
So, will John mind and claim his inheritance? Will his Californian cousin win the title and come back as an English squire? Or will Farmer Thomas be out in the cold? We'll keep you informed.